After seeing Boruto using his latest jutsu, Rasengan Uzuhiko, to completely dominate and defeat Code with this jutsu, it was clear that this ability is powerful enough to beat the likes of Code, someone who even surpasses Jigen in strength. But there are many questions fans have been asking. How strong is Rasengan Uzuhiko? What is its effect on the opponent? How does it work? What are its weaknesses and drawbacks? These and many more are the questions we will be answering in today's video. But before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Going straight to our first question, how strong is the Rasengan Uzuhiko? The answer is very strong. But how do you gauge very strong? Is it by its ability to blow up a village or how strong it makes its user? In this case, the answer is the latter. It's an extremely dangerous jutsu because its greatest strike doesn't come from external damage from its opponents, but rather from internal damage inside the opponent. Because of its effects, the Rasengan Uzuhiko resembles the Gentle Fist Jutsu of the Hyuga clan more than a Rasengan. This makes this jutsu a sort of mixture between Gentle Fist and Rasengan. I think this is very cool since the fact that Naruto is a Rasengan user while his mother Hinata is a Gentle Fist user. The Gentle Fist is known for bypassing durability of the body and attacking one's internal organs. And since you can't train your internal organs to withstand damage, this makes the jutsu effective even against the strongest of opponents. This is the same way that Rasengan Uzuhiko easily bypasses durability, landing a defeating blow on Code, who's actually stronger than Jigen. Code was able to take the beating he got from Damon and still keep on fighting, which is pretty impressive. Unlike Kawaki and Boruto, who got knocked down by a single blow from Damon. But the Rasengan Uzuhiko proved to be more powerful on Code since it attacked his internal organs. What did this jutsu do to Code? When he was hit by the Rasengan Uzuhiko, Code becomes dizzy and comments on the world spinning around him. He falls and tries to get up but falls down again. He's seen hiding his head because he's knocked off balance, and because he's so disoriented, it's hard for him to keep fighting on a high level. He can't even land any attack on Boruto and also cannot dodge any other jutsu Boruto sends his way. This is quite reminiscent of Dosu's sound ability that he used against Rock Lee in the Force of Death. Dosu directs an extremely powerful sound in his opponent's ear to upset the liquid contained in the semicircular canals of the inner ear, which then makes his opponent lose their balance. This made Rock Lee so disoriented that his vision was all wavy and his movements were significantly hindered, and eventually he couldn't fight anymore. This is exactly what happened between Boruto and Code. The method Boruto used to achieve this is different from Dosu's, but the effect is the same. This difference between the Rasengan Uzuhiko and the Gentle Fist and Dosu's sound ability is that it would continue until the planet stops rotating or the person's life runs out. The other option is more likely. So you can't just run away to recover from the effect and come back for a rematch. You will still be under the jutsu's effect. So now we know that the Rasengan Uzuhiko is a jutsu that bypasses durability, makes one's opponent very disoriented, and lasts until they die or the planet stops spinning. This gives us the answer that this jutsu is pretty strong. But how does this jutsu actually work? We didn't really get a proper explanation of how it works, but between Boruto and Damon's dialogue, we can actually put the pieces together. Let's start with Damon. After Boruto launches the Rasengan Uzuhiko against Code, Ada asks how this jutsu is different from a regular Rasengan. Damon then replies by saying, so Boruto is the one making the ground tremble, or rather the entire earth, telling us that this attack makes use of the planetary spin. At first glance, everyone thinks this is actually crazy because Boruto is powerful enough to make the ground shake. However, Boruto isn't making the whole planet shake because if he was, we would have gotten some visual emphasis on the earth shaking around, or at least in one manga panel. And other characters would have noticed this too. However, it was completely unnoticeable to everyone except Damon. This ridiculousness of it all is Damon noticing the planet actually trembled. Damon is just that guy because he noticed the ground trembling and knew that it was Boruto's doing. He then follows his earth trembling comment with the fact that the move makes use of the planetary spin. In doing so, he explained why the earth trembled. And this is because the Rasengan Uzuhiko makes use of the planetary spin. But why exactly would that make the earth tremble? Let's go back to Boruto's dialogue with Code. Code asks Boruto what he did to him and Boruto replies with, "Enjoy. Think of it as a biting counterattack from the planet you were trying to destroy." Well, it doesn't sound like him, but you get the picture. Now, whether Boruto is clever with his words or speaking metaphorically gives us a key detail on how exactly this jutsu works. The power that is attacking Code is actually the planet, not Boruto's, so he's only just making use of the power of the planet and its fundamental mechanics. This coincides with what Damon said that the power makes use of the planetary spin. Boruto elaborates more on Code by saying, "A Rasengan that makes use of the planet, chakra, and its rotation. That's what Uzuhiko means. The power that is rushing through your body will never dissipate, just like how a planet would never stop spinning. The damage would continue semi-permanently, semi because your life will run out before the planet stops spinning." What does this actually mean, and how does it relate to what Damon has said about planetary spinning and Earth trembling? Well, first of all, think of what a Rasengan is. It's a sphere of compressed rotating chakra ball. The name Rasengan simply means spiraling sphere. A planet, on the other hand, is a very large object that orbits the sun. It's large enough to have enough gravity to compress it into a spherical shape. A planet also rotates in its axis, usually counterclockwise, but sometimes they rotate clockwise like planet Venus and Uranus. The important thing to pick up from this is that a planet compresses into a sphere and rotates just like a Rasengan. And if you think about it, a planet is just like a massive Rasengan. With this, let's answer the question, what is Boruto actually cooking? Rather than compressing and rotating his own chakra like the Rasengan, Boruto is harnessing the natural rotating chakra of the planet. The swirls of chakra we see around him when he activated the jutsu are not his, like in the case of Sasuke Chidori's dream, but it's instead from the planet chakra that's already rotating because of the planetary spin. This is why the chakra rushing into Code's body would not dissipate because of the chakra of the planet would not disappear under normal circumstances. Boruto then forces the chakra into his opponent's body in a similar way to how a Gentle Fist releases chakra from their hands into an opponent's body. But instead of attacking the chakra nerves and network or the internal organs like the Gentle Fist, this jutsu completely upsets the balance of the enemy. Boruto remains unaffected by this jutsu because the Uzuhiko remains out of his body rather than inside. The next question is, why was the earth trembling? To explain this better, imagine if you are in a plane or a big vehicle and it wants to land or stop. It starts slowing down and trembles more. The greater a massive object and the greater the change in speed, the more noticeable the tremble would be. Earth itself in real life rotates about 1,000 miles per hour and its mass is estimated to be 5.972 times 10 to the power of 24 kilograms. Which, in simpler terms, it's very big and very fast. So much like when a plane or a big truck carries a lot of people or items, the Earth carries a lot of people and structures which would make its tremble more noticeable. Bringing it back to Code and Boruto, I feel like Boruto borrowed the planet's chakra's natural rotation and put it into Code. In doing so, he slowed down the Earth's rotation ever so slightly to a degree that was only noticeable by Damon. Now, although Boruto mentioned that except if the planet stops rotating or Code dies, he won't stop rotating, but that is not how jutsu absorption works in Naruto universe. Although this jutsu uses the planet's chakra, it's still just pure chakra. We've seen the Rinnegan, Karma Seal, and Ninja Attack all absorb Sage Mode jutsu that uses natural energy. This means they can also absorb the Rasengan Uzuhiko just fine, and although they absorb these jutsus in their body, they wouldn't necessarily be affected by this jutsu. Because jutsu absorption doesn't just absorb the jutsu as it is into their body. It nullifies it, which renders it useless. It's not like when Jigen was absorbing Amaterasu, his insides were on fire. And it's not like Pain or Madara were attacked at the cellular level after absorbing Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. It doesn't just work that way. So anyone who absorbs Rasengan Uzuhiko should just be fine. Another weakness of this jutsu is that just like Boruto can harness the power of the planet and implant it into his opponent and release it when it chooses to, the enemy might be able to release the chakra from their body if they figure how to do so. We've seen characters in Naruto extract specific types of chakra from their opponents before, so there's actually a precedent for this. For example, we've seen Momoshiki extract the Kyuubi chakra from Naruto and the 8-tailed chakra from Killer Bee in the Momoshiki arc. We've also seen Obito specifically extracting some of Shukaku's and Yuki's chakra from Madara and implanted it into Naruto and so on. This jutsu was specifically made to counter code, so if it's used on another opponent like Kawaki, it might prove a lot less useful. What are your opinions on this? Do let us know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching.